Okay, good morning, good evening, or good night, depending on which part of the planet you're watching this from. Okay, so planet Earth, it certainly has a lot of predators on it, and in our human society, there still are a lot of predators. Now, the motor trade tends to be vilified because of certain practices, certain garages, and it doesn't help when it really does happen. Not all garages are predatorial. Some are there because they are offering a service. Others are there just to rip people off. Now, young ladies come to me. Well, she's 45 years old. She had to have a bill queried because she wasn't sure that what she was being charged for was correct. And what I'll do is enlighten you to this and see what you think, and then let me know in the comments below whether what I think is actually right. Okay, so we'll start here. This is a single woman, divorced. She's owns a Mazda 2. It's a manual transmission, 1300 petrol. Yeah, and it's 17,000 miles on the clock. Okay, so it's not done much miles in its time. Now, what she's done, she wanted an MOT test, which for you guys from the other parts of the world, in the UK, we have safety checks once a year to make sure the vehicle's roadworthy. If it fails, it doesn't go back on the road. Yeah, it's part and parcel, legal document, you have to have it. Okay, so she took an offer up from an internet advert, which was £90 for an MOT and an oil and filter change service. Yeah, so okay, MOT is about £45 in costs, thereabouts, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depending where you go. Yeah. The garage wasn't in this area, so they picked the car up, took it away, about 12 miles away, and then did the deeds and rang her up because it failed the MOT because of wiper blades in bad condition. So she agreed to have them changed. That was £26. Okay, and then they said it needed more work. They needed to do a bigger service on it. Yeah, okay, service. So she agreed to that, and she wasn't sure whether what she was agreeing to, she wasn't sure of the price. Okay, so when she got the bill, yeah, she was actually shocked at the cost of it. Okay, now she did leave this a bit of time because she paid the bill, and then she came to me about 3-4 months afterwards to query it, and by that time it was too late to do anything, right? So I would have queried first of all the fuel additive, being £45 for that, for fuel injectors on a petrol. If it was a diesel and it was a Fiat diesel, yeah, definitely, because they have issues with injectors. This petrol one, no, don't need it. She could have put VTEC in, Shell VTEC in, which has got extra additives in. That helps clean out injectors. There's a low mileage vehicle, no emissions problems on the MOT, so it wasn't justified. Yeah, the oil change on the gearbox completely unnecessary, and the price of it at £108, that is a bit of a joke. Okay, so a manual transmission with what I presume would be synthetic oil, yeah, that's a lifetime fill. Yeah, or if it was manual mineral oil, that would have been a lot longer service interval than that. So I would say she was having her pants pulled down on this one. Yeah, how I would have approached it would have been at least at the age of the vehicle would had the brake fluid changed. Yeah, 2 years, yeah, that's normal to change it, and considered it a major service. Okay, which would have been air filter, fuel filter, and cabin filter. Yeah. None of that was done, none of that was on the bill, so they didn't do that. Yeah, I checked up on the vehicle. The spark plugs, for instance, are a 75,000 mile change. Yeah, and I don't think they did the job very well. They just ripped her off, and I don't think they did the service, yeah, that they said they'd done. You can't prove whether they put additive in the tank or not. So Yeah, not a good one, not a good one. If, for instance, you're looking for advice on this, what to do, if, for instance, you don't know anything and you're a female, is that you need to find somebody who you trust. Yeah. For instance, if you're going for an MOT test, then find a busy garage that has a waiting list, because they'll be popular and they'll be trusted, and they're not really looking for work. They'll do an MOT test and then advise you to get the repairs done. Yeah. If you see a cheap MOT offered, or cheap servicing, what they're trying to do is get you in the door to find more work on your vehicle, so they can then charge you for it, because they're desperate for work. Yeah, it is a sharp practice. Okay, garages have been caught out by this, and trading standards have been involved. Not good. Yeah, so that's one. Busy garage, always popular. Just put my mug away. Yeah, busy garage is always popular because they are trusted. So you can actually just look to see how their forecourts are filled with cars, and how busy they are. And when you go to book an appointment, usually you have to wait a couple of weeks. It's the same as the main dealers. Now, I know some people are scared of main dealers because of the cost, but in our area, the Mazda dealer, which is also a Ford agent, they're busy, and they're actually quite cheap on an hourly rate. They will do it by the book, yeah, and it may cost a little bit more, but the job would have been done right, yeah. Some independents will do the same thing, but again, you've got to build up trust with them, a relationship. Have your car regularly serviced somewhere and inspected. That way they know you, they know what they've done, and they're less likely to do anything sharp. Yeah. One of the options is to do the job yourself, learn about it, learn how MOT laws are, and then do your checkovers, which from a female doing it, no, I don't think females are that way inclined to get dirty, or down and dirty, only a few. Yeah. The woman I'm dealing with, she's definitely a feminine female. She needs somebody to help her. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see that, I've got a hero badge is going to be put on there because I'm going to help her. Yeah, and just give advice when it's needed. And I do know the laws, I do know how garages work because I'm working one myself. Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, commercial vehicle fitter, we work in a retail garage, so we're looking for work, but only to the point of things where vehicles need to be safe. Yeah, customer books in fleet work, then the fleet work will be agreed on. We have a set hourly rate for servicing, set hourly rate for MOT preparation, set hourly rate for any repairs. Yeah, and the customer is always asked, and our service manager has a very clear way of putting things over, explaining what parts need doing. Everything's costed out before the job's undertaken. Yeah, that's the type of place, that's the type of attitude you need to see in any workshop. Is an agreement. Yeah, is that yes, this is going to cost this much from start to finish. That's it. End of. Yeah. Any surprise bills that come about is like, no, I'm not paying for that. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for that. Problem is, like this woman, she had her car taken away, and she couldn't so easily go and get it. Yeah, so that's not good at all. Anyway, there's the story, and just my tuppence worth. Any interesting stories you have, stick them in the comments below, and let me know what you've done to help people to get out of this. I mean, if you've approached garages or whatever and quibbled the bill and actually won. Yeah, so anyway, until next week, see you later.